have 2 of these craft wood pieces that I picked up from my local hardwood store, and these were $1.29, and this I got from Dollar Tree with the jute cord. I'm also going to be using some pieces of some painter sticks that I just cut down using my saw, and my paint color is going to be this red and this white acrylic paint. What I'm going to do first is cut the jute cord off of this Dollar Tree sign. The first thing I'm going to do is remove this jute cord from this Dollar Tree sign, and then I'm going to take those pieces of painter sticks and I'm going to add one to each sign at the top. I'm adding these because that way if I decide to staple some of that wire jute cord that I used from the Dollar Tree to create my hangers, you won't see the staples coming through on the other side. And sometimes I just add a command strip to these pieces to hang them, but that way I have the option to do either. After I get all of those completed, what I'm going to do next is use some spackle to cover the holes on this Dollar Tree sign where I pull the jute cord out. I just want to minimize that hole so you won't see it. And then once that dry, I'm just going to take my Dollar Tree sanding block to smooth it down some. And then once I get that complete, I'm going to start painting these. Now I'm going to paint this one that I picked up from the Dollar Tree using the red acrylic paint, and I'm going to paint the 2 larger ones that I got from my local hardware store with the white acrylic paint. And I don't know if I remember telling you, but I did pick these up and they were only like $1.29. So after I get those 2 painted, now I'm going to finish off and paint the Dollar Tree one using the red. I'm just creating a trio of Christmas signs, and I did use my Cricut Joy to print out my words. And so for the first white sign, I'm just going to transfer over the word joy, and I used some red vinyl for that. So I'm just going to weed out the O, and then I'm going to take my transfer tape and apply it to one of the white signs. After I get that complete, I'm going to repeat that step and transfer over the word peace to the other white sign. And I'm just taking my transfer tape and transferring that over. And then for the red sign, I'm going to transfer over Mary, and I use white vinyl for that. Now, after I get everything transferred over, I am going to show you how it looked when I staple some of that Dollar Tree jute wire to the back. I'll just take a piece, lay it across, add a staple on both sides. And this is a good way to create a hanger, or you can just hang these up using a command strip, whichever way you choose. But I love this trio of signs, and I think they came out so pretty. Now I'm going to get ready and move on to the next DIY. What I'm going to be using for that DIY is I have a painter stick here, and I'm going to be using another sign that I picked up from my local hardware. Now this one is $2.29. It's a little thicker, and actually the Dollar Tree sale signs about that size as well. Here's the one that I pick up from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to show you the difference. I'm going to lay it on top of that one so you can see better the size. And then the one from my hardware store is finished on both sides. The one from the Dollar Tree have the rough side on the other end. So what I'm going to do first is take this painter stick and measure how long I want to cut. So I'm just going to take my marker and I'm going to cut 2 pieces using my saw. And what I'm going to do is cut the first piece where I measured it, and then I'm going to take that piece and just place it on top of the remaining painter stick, as you can see, just to get my second piece. And then once I have both of my pieces cut, I'm going to use some hot glue and some wood glue to attach these 2 pieces to both ends of this wood sign. What I am creating is a really simple, cute little Christmas tray. So after I get the other piece of painter stick tacked down on the other side, what I'm going to do now is go in with that red acrylic paint, and I'm going to paint the entire piece. I'm going to paint the front and the back. So once I get that complete, I'm going to create some handles for this tray using that decorative rope from the Dollar Tree. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use staples so that I can actually utilize the handles, and the staples will hold this rope pretty secured. So I'm just going to create a little loop and then add a staple on the other side and cut off the excess rope and repeat that on the other side. I use my Cricut Joy to print out hot chocolate, and I'm just going to get some transfer tape and transfer that over to the center. And this is it for this tray. I wanted to make it really simple. I absolutely love the red, and I do love how this turned out. After I get hot chocolate transferred over, I decided to take my Dollar Tree sanding block to rough it up a little bit and just to stress around the edges and the corners to get that farmhouse look. And then after I get that complete, I'm going to use some Mod Podge to go over this entire tray because it will be holding hot chocolate, and if anything get wet, it will still be secured. So here is how it look. I absolutely love it. It's so simple, but it is so cute. I love the little Dollar Tree coffee mug that I have styled on there. 'Tis the season. So cute. Piece wood sign that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to be using these cute little Christmas stickers that I got from Hobby Lobby. Now what I'm going to do first is I'm going to measure how long I need these painter sticks to be, and then I'm going to take my saw to cut them down. I just want them to be a little bit longer than the peace sign. So once I get it measured, I'm going to go cut all of my sticks down. After I get them cut down, I'm just going to line 5 of them up, and then I'm going to take another stick which I already have cut down, and I'm going to use those pieces to connect these. And so what I'm going to do is just add some wood glue and some hot glue, and I'm going to add 1 to each end and 2 in the middle. After I get 4 sticks tacked down, this is how it looks. And now what I'm going to do is just take my sanding block to smooth down any rough edges, and then what I'm going to do is go in with that white acrylic paint, and I am going to paint the front and the back of this sign. So after I get this painted, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that red acrylic paint to paint that wood peace sign. This is how it looked, and now I'm going to go in and paint the other sign. Once I get that complete, what I'm going to do next is just take some wood glue and some hot glue to attach this sign to the other sign. Now, I wanted to create like a small border of that white sign, so that's why I made it a little bit longer than this peace sign. And so what I'm going to do is just kind of center that so that it can create like a little border. Now, since the P and the A is designed like that on that sign, that's why I decided to add these cute little stickers that I picked up from Hobby Lobby to just give it more of a festive look and to kind of create the way the P and the A should look. I don't even know if that makes sense, but you'll see. So I'm just going to add it where it would have been a little opening on each of those letters. I'm going to use some Mod Podge to secure those stickers, and that is it. I think this is so cute. I absolutely love it. And now I'm going to get ready and get started on the next DIY for today. I'm going to be using 2 of these wood signs from the Dollar Tree that has the jute cord attached. I'm also going to be using these cute little stockings. I picked these up for 98 cents at Walmart, and also from Walmart I have these 2 picks, and these were $1.48. What I'm going to do first is cut off this jute cord. I am going to attach some jute cord back, and I'm going to paint both of these using that white acrylic paint. And after I get both of them painted, I'm just going to use my Dollar Tree sanding block to sand them down on the edges just a little bit. And then once I get that complete, I am going to apply some jute cord back into the holes so that I'll be able to hang these signs. Just added a little hot glue so that I can be able to slide it back through there. And then after I get my jute cord attached, what I'm going to do is take those little stockings, cut the tags off, and I'm just going to hot glue those down. I'm going to add 1 to each one of the signs. And all I'm going to use is hot glue to attach those. And so I'm just going to add the hot glue to the back, press it down, and then before I add those picks in there, I am going to add a little bit more hot glue to the top part just to make sure it's nice and secured. And so now, as you can see, I'm just adding a little extra hot glue. And then all I have to do is cut the tags off and pull off these clips that's on them. I do not need the clips, but I am going to save them for a future project. And all I'm going to do is just add these picks inside of the stockings. I am going to add a little bit of hot glue, just, to tack it down for now, but not much, because that way you can switch out the little floral if needed. But these were really simple, but I think they are so cute. I absolutely love these. These are really adorable, and I love how they look styled with that peace sign. Inch wreath rings. I also have these holiday greenery picks here. Now I've been using pieces off of these, mostly the berries, but I'm going to use some berries off another pick because I do need more than these. Now what I'm going to do first is hot glue these leaves around this wreath. I attach these leaves to this wreath. I am going to spray paint it using some white spray paint. I thought that would be so pretty. And then after I spray paint the wreath, I'm going to come in with those berries, and that way I have a pretty white and red wreath. So I'm just going to continue hot gluing and tacking these leaves all the way around. And once I feel like I have enough, I'm going to take it outside and give it one good coat of this flat white spray paint by Rust-Oleum. Now that I have that completed, I'm going to go in now and just add these red berries here and there. This was really simple, but I love the red and white for the holiday. I thought it was so pretty. And after I attach the berries, I really do like how this came out. It is so simple, but it is so pretty, and it looks great with the other decor that I created today. I absolutely love it. Slice with the jute hanger from the Dollar Tree. I thought it would be perfect for my Peppermint lollipop DIY. Now the Dollar Tree do sell the smaller versions of these wood slices, where you get 3 smaller ones in the pack for the $1.25. They do not come with the jute hanger, but they will be perfect to just make some peppermints, and I will be doing those in a future video. But for today, I wanted to make a lollipop, and so this was the perfect size. So now I'm taking some white chalk paint, and I'm just creating the swoops to make it look like a peppermint. Now the Dollar Tree do sell dowels that you can use for the sticks, Walmart had a pack, and I believe, I have to check, I think it was like 15, maybe 10 or 15 dowels in the pack. They were a little thicker than the ones from the Dollar Tree, and I believe I paid $2.99 for that pack. So I'm going to be using one of those to make the stem, and I'm just going to use a generous amount of hot glue to attach it to the back. Now, I did want to paint my dowel white, but I forgot to do it before I attached it. So what I'm going to do is later on, I'm going to go back and just add some white paint to it. So I'm just adding some little extra hot glue along the sides to make sure that everything is secure. Now I used some ribbon to create a little basic bow, and I will show you this ribbon that I picked up from Walmart later on in today's video, as well as this 98-cent pick that I got from Walmart as well. I just cut off a few pieces to embellish this a little bit, and that will be all for this DIY. Now I like the juke hanger because I do have the option to hang this piece up, or I can just have it as a leaner, but I think it is so cute, and I love that it has that rustic look because of the wood slice. Now for the next DIY, I have one of these little decorative boxes that you pick up at the Dollar Tree, and I believe this is the smaller version of the 3 different sizes that they have. And I'm just using that same paint, the red acrylic paint, to paint the inside of this box. I'm going to paint the sides and the inside as well. This is a really simple, quick, and easy DIY, but I think it's cute to create something simple but high-end looking. And the little metal piece at the top of the box, I am going to get my wire cutters or a little screwdriver to remove that piece from the top. The Dollar Tree has put out a lot of cute little Christmas decor items that you can use to style for the holiday by just adding a few things to them, and this 3-pack of trees that I'm going to be using for this was one of them. Now here's that ribbon again that I got from Walmart, and I did get that in a pack of 6, and that 6-pack was $5.28, but I think it's a better deal than from the Dollar Tree. You got 6 rows, and I am going to show you the different styles on that row later on in the video. So as you can see, I'm just taking some hot glue and adding it around this box. I'm not going to add it at the bottom. I'm just adding some hot glue and tacking it down on each side. And then now I'm going to take that 3-pack of Christmas trees with the little peppermints at the bottom. I thought these were so adorable. All I'm going to do is take these 3 trees and just hot glue them right down at the bottom, and that will be it. I think this is so adorable. I was so excited to see these little peppermint bases on these trees, because this decor piece I will style later when I set up my little cocoa bar for the holiday. Now, how adorable is this? Now for the next DIY, I have one of these triangle little decor pieces from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to pop the back out of this piece because I'm only going to be using the frame. And I'm just going to take that sand block to sand down that excess paper that was on there. Once I get that complete, I'm going to be using this Wave Light chalk paint, one of my favorite colors for the season. And I'm just going to paint this entire frame, the inside as well as the outside. This is another simple DIY that I think just look really cute and high-end. And my next DIY that I'm going to create is going to be styled with this piece, and I think it is just so adorable. Here's another pack of the 3 trio trees from the Dollar Tree, and all I'm doing is adding some hot glue to the base of these and attaching them inside of the frame. Very simple, just like I did the previous DIY. Now this faux snow that's on these trees, I'm going to shake some of it down once I get them all 3 on there, just so some of the snow can hit the base of the frame. And you'll see me do that in a minute. I'm just kind of shaking some of the snow down, and that is it. I think this piece is simple, but it's so cute. And for the next DIY, I'm going to be using another one of those triangle wood decor pieces. But what I'm going to do is take the piece that I popped off the other one and just attach it right to the top to make this one little closed in piece. And I'm just going to use some hot glue to attach it. Now for this tree, I wanted to make it double-sided, so I can style it with that other decor piece, and both of them you can see the design on both sides, and this can be styled as a centerpiece later. So what I'm going to do is use that same color chalk paint and paint this entire piece. I really do love this wave light color. It is so pretty. It's giving me a muted green color, but still being green, and I just absolutely love it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 of these snowflakes, and I did get this pack from the Dollar Tree as well, and I do believe it was 8 in the pack. And so what I'm going to do is just take some white chalk paint and just kind of do a light coat of paint right on top of these. So I'm using 2 so that I can add the same designs on both sides of this decor piece. So I'm just going to be using some hot glue once I get them both painted, and just attach them to each side, just adding some hot glue in the center so I won't worry about any of it like dripping out along the sides. And I'm just going to flip it over and add the other piece. Now these pieces do have the holes at the top where you were supposed to add the jute cord to make these ornaments, but I am going to pull some berries off of a pick to cover those up, and I'm just going to clip off a few pieces of berry. Now you could use some wood filler to get rid of the hole, or you can leave the hole, but I thought adding a little berries to give it just a little touch of color. Now once I get that complete, I am going to take some ribbon to add around this piece, and I'm going to be using some buffalo check ribbon that I picked up from Walmart. And this is out of that 6-pack that I told you guys I picked up for $5.28. And I'm just going to use some hot glue to attach it all the way around except for the bottom of this piece. Once I get that complete from the Dollar Tree, I'm going to take one of these larger wood stems, and I'm just going to find one to add to the bottom to give this tree a stem as well as some height. So when I style it with the other triangle decor piece, it will be taller than that one. And once I get that attached, that will be it. I think this is so cute. It has a nice high-end look to it, and it looks really great with the other decor. For this DIY, I was excited to find these little wood signs with the bead hanger in the Dollar Tree. I thought these were so cute, and they do have different versions of these as well. I'm going to be using 3 of them because I am going to create a standing snowman with these signs. So what I'm doing is just taking off the beaded hanger with the jute cord, and they are just stapled in there. So once I get the hangers removed off all 3, of course, I'm going to save these beads. Now, what I'm going to be doing is using some hot glue to connect these three together. So I'm just going to line them up, and I'm just going to attach some hot glue in the beginning. But after I get all three connected, I am going to flip this over, and I cut down a painter stick, but you can cut down some craft sticks, or you can use some tape. But I do need to add some extra security to this sign, so I'm just going to take those two pieces and hot glue them right where I connected the signs together. Now, I originally was only going to paint the inside of these signs, but I decided to go over the entire sign, including the wood trimming as well. Now, I don't want to do a full coverage. I almost want to do like a heavy whitewash, if that makes sense, because I want it to look like I wanted to give it a farmhouse distress look, but I also wanted to have like a frosty look, if that makes sense. So I didn't want to do no full coverage of the white. So I'm just going to paint this entire piece the same way. I absolutely started loving snowmans for the winter Christmas season. So this year I probably will be making a few more snowmans than I usually have in the past. So now I'm just taking my sanding block just to distress over some of that white. I didn't want it to be a full coverage. Once I get that complete, I'm going to start decorating this snowman. Now, what I'm going to be using for a hat is, I have some pieces here from the Dollar Tree. I have one of these wood squares out of the 6-pack, and then this is one of those wood pieces that the Dollar Tree sell. I'm going to use my miter box and saw to cut this down so I can create my black hat. So once I get that cut down, I'm going to take the other square wood piece, the one that I got out of the pack from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to hot glue this right on top, and that's going to give me my hat form. I'm going to be using some black chalk paint to paint this piece. I really like that the Dollar Tree have so many different craft wood pieces, so I was able to use a lot of different Dollar Tree items to make this really cute snowman. So after I get that complete, here is that 6-pack of ribbon that I've been using out of today's video, and as you can see, I think this is definitely worth the price. It's way cheaper than buying them separate if you bought them separate at the Dollar Tree. So I'm using the buffalo check one to attach around the trimming of my hat, and I'm just using some hot glue to attach that. Once I get that complete, I am going to add a few embellishment to the front of the hat, and I am going to be pulling off this Dollar Tree pick that I have. I'm going to take one of these leaves and some of these berries and just attach that with some hot glue as well. Now for my nose and my buttons, I'm going to be using these 3/2 beads that I have. And the Dollar Tree put out these little tree pieces, and I'm going to be using one of these for the nose. I thought this was perfect. And I'm just going to paint those half beads with some black paint, and I'm going to paint this little tree that's now my nose with some of that orange color chalk paint. And now I'm just going to attach all of my pieces. I'm going to use some hot glue to attach my cute little hat, and then I'm going to attach my nose and my buttons. This snowman was really simple and easy to make just by grabbing some different little items out of my craft stash. And so once I get that complete, I want to create a base so this can stand. So this was one of those thicker wood pieces from the Dollar Tree. I just used my miter box to cut down a piece just to add in the center, and I am going to paint this piece using some black chalk paint. Now I'm using that ribbon again, and just to create a little simple scarf for my snowman, and I'm just using some hot glue to attach it, and then I'm kind of like just folding it over, overlapping it so it can have that scarf look. And then I'm just going to clip the ends, and then I am going to embellish it with some more of those beads, those berries off of that Dollar Tree pick. Once I get that complete, I am going to use a marker, and I just got this marker from the Dollar Tree to create my mouth, and then I'm just going to create some little basic eyes, and I made sure I added right where that line is so I can get that simple small little eyebrow. Did I say it right? Eyebrow. Oh my God. Anyway, so now from the Dollar Tree, I have this pack of stems. I always pick these up when I see them at the Dollar Tree, and I'm just pulling off some of these picks just to create my little hands, and I'm just going to hot glue those down, and then I'm just attaching them to the back. And then after that, I'm going to attach my snowman to that base that I created so that I can have my snowman standing. So if I decide to have it by the door or whatever, it will stand on its own. And there it is. I think this is so cute. It was really simple to make, but I absolutely love it. Here is another version of the wood slices from the Dollar Tree with the jute hanger, and I'm going to create a cute little basic sign. So what I'm going to do is use some more of that red acrylic paint to paint over the front of this. I did pick up all versions of these because when I get ready to make my cocoa bar for the holiday, I'm going to be using these to make my different little signs. It's definitely my style, and it's that rustic, really farmhouse look. So I was excited to pick those up so that I can keep them until I start working on my cocoa bar. So once I get that painted, I got this stencil that I'm going to be using from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to cut out the word believe, and I'm just going to take some tape to help keep this in place. I'm going to add it to the side a little bit so that I can embellish the other side. So I'm just going to tape it down so that when I add my paint, it won't be sliding around. And then I'm just going to use this little foam brush from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going in an up and down motion, dabbing on this white chalk paint. I've been checking the Dollar Tree looking to see if they put out some really cute Christmas stencils, but I haven't seen any at my Dollar Tree yet. These are the ones that's out year round. So hopefully they put out some cute stencils and some cute rub-on transfer stickers as well. So now I'm just going to pull that up, and I'm just going to take that red paint that's left on that brush just to clean up. It didn't have to be perfect, but it's some few spots I wanted to clean up. Now I have one of these 50-cent picks that I always get from Hobby Lobby. This one doesn't have the berries on there because I'm sure I pulled them off to use them for something else. But I'm just going to add some hot glue. I just folded up the stem so that I can just hot glue that down. And once I get all of that tacked down, that will be it for this cute little sign. And I love the hanger because I just added it to my snowman, and look how cute that is. Now for these next two DIYs, I am going to be using two more of those dowels. And this is that pack that I do get from Walmart. And I am going to paint these using some white chalk paint. I am creating two more lollipops, but this is a different version where I'm going to be using some fabric. And I love how these turned out. So I'm making one for me, and I'm going to make one for my niece. So what's easy is to use this 2-pack of round foam pieces from the Dollar Tree. It's the perfect size for these cute little lollipops, and they're so easy to cover with the fabric. So I think these are great when you're doing these lollipop decor pieces. So all I'm going to do is take some hot glue and attach it to the back. So as I'm adding the hot glue, it's melting the foam, but once I press the dowel on there, it's kind of attaching it and making it nice and secure. So once I get that done to the other one, I am going to get my fabric that I'm going to be using. So I do have the black and white buffalo check fabric, and I did get that roll from the Dollar Tree, but Walmart also have the fabric squares, and theirs are 98 cents. And so I'm going to be using that red and black one that I got from Walmart. So all I'm going to do is take these two fabric sheets, and I'm just going to cut them in half because that's the amount that I need for these lollipops. So once I get them cut in half, all I'm going to do is just take it on the top of the foam piece and just pull the fabric together. I'm going to use some jute cord to wrap it around to keep it nice and secured. I'm going to tie a knot, and then I'm going to cut off the excess. And I'm going to be doing the same thing to the other one using that black and white fabric. These are really simple and easy to make, and I also think they are the cutest decor pieces. I'm going to take some pieces of jute cord and tie around them again just to create a little basic bow. And then I'm taking that 99-cent Walmart pick that I have been pulling pieces off, and just pull off a few pieces to embellish right on top of those little jute bows that I created. And I'm just going to be hot gluing down a few pieces of the greenery, and then I'm going to hot glue down a few berries. And after I get that complete to both of these, that will be it for these cute little lollipops. I absolutely love these. So adorable. I'm using all of these little wood pieces that I got from the Dollar Tree, including this little wood slice. So I'm going to create a little snowman. I seen online somewhere a cute little wood snowman, and I knew I wanted to create one. I'm just using 3 of the thicker round stems, and as you can see, I'm just hot gluing them on top of each other to create that cute little snowman form. Now I got this tree here from the Dollar Tree, but I need the base of this tree to make a hat, so I'm just going to pull this out and keep the tree for later. And what I'm going to do is this was a thicker stem, and I just cut it in half to create that top part of that hat. And then there's my cute little hat. But what I'm going to do is use that buffalo check ribbon again to make a cute little scarf around my snowman neck. And so what I'm going to do is just, as you can see, cut it in half. I didn't need it to be that thick, so I just cut it in half, and then I'm going to wrap it around and then just tack it down with some hot glue. And so I basically just cut that little ribbon in half to make it a little smaller, and now I'm just folding and tacking down the little scarf. Now what I'm going to do is add a little bit of embellishment to that hat, and I'm pulling off that pick again and just cutting down the little greenery really small so it could fit on my little hat along with some berries. And then what I'm going to do is just add a few of those berries right to the scarf. Now I took a little stem, one of the little Dollar Tree stems, and cut that down as well to make my little nose. And once I get that complete, I have that marker, and I'm just going to make a little mouth, and then 2 dots for the eyes. I'm also going to add 3 dots for buttons as well. But what I'm going to do is just take some hot glue and attach my hat. Now I did use the leftover brush with the red paint to kind of just dry brush a little bit to make it look like you got the rosy cheeks. And then I'm going back in those stems that I get from the Dollar Tree, and I just cut down 2 little small stems so I can have my snowman arms. And I'm just taking some hot glue and just trying to figure out how I'm going to attach these. So I end up just attaching them kind of flat on each side, and that is it for this cute little snowman. This is so adorable. Decorative rope from the Dollar Tree. My other Dollar Tree items will be some of this red and white banker's twine, and I have this 6-pack of wood planks. I'm also going to be using a few of these painter sticks, and what I'm going to do first is line up only 4 of these wood planks so that I can measure how long I need my painter sticks to be. So I'm just going to line those up, and I need 2 of these painter stick pieces. So what I'm going to do is just measure and then take my marker and mark it, and then I'm going to cut down 2 of these, and I just use my miner saw to cut down my painter sticks. I did stack them together since I need 2 pieces. After I get that complete, I'm going to use some wood glue and some hot glue to connect these wood pieces, and these 2 pieces are going to be what hold the other 4 planks together. I'm just going to add one to the bottom, and then I'm going to add the other one to the top. Once I get that complete, I'm going to use my Folk Art Real Brown acrylic paint to paint this entire piece. After I get that complete, I'm going to use my white chalk paint, and I am going to distress over this. Now I'm going to go in a little heavy because I will be sanding down most of this paint. But in order to get the desired look, I needed to add a little more paint. So after I get all of that done, I'm going to go in with my Dollar Tree sanding block, and I am just going to sand over this sign. And I am sanding pretty hard because I'm trying to get that very worn wood look, and so I just have to go over it a little heavy, and this is how it turned out. Perfect. And so I used my Cricut to print candy cane wishes and mistletoe kisses, and I'm just going to apply that right in the center using some of my transfer tape. Now after I get that complete, I'm going to take that red and white baker's twine, and I'm going to wrap it around the top and the bottom of this sign, and I'm just using some hot glue to attach it. And as I wrap it around, I'm going to cross over once just to see a little bit character, and then I'll just tack it down with some hot glue in the back, and I'm going to repeat that step to the other side. And after I get that complete, I'm going to create my hanger by stapling some of this decorative rope to the back, and I'm going to add 2 staples on each side. And then after I get that complete, this will be it for this sign. I wanted to keep it really simple so that I can style this with some other decor, but I absolutely love how it turned out. I love the distressed look of it. I think it is really rustic and farmhouse. Next DIY, I'm going to be using one of these lead red candles from the Dollar Tree, a few of this greenery off a Dollar Tree pick, some more of this red and white baker's twine, and I have these sticks here. I get these for $1.99 at Hobby Lobby. They're usually 50% off. And what I'm going to do is just glue these sticks around this lead candle, and I am going to leave a little bit space in between each stick just so that the light can shine through, and I think it just ended up looking better that way. So I'm going to continue hot gluing these sticks all the way around. And after I get all of the sticks attached, what I'm going to do is take some regular jute cord and that red and white baker's twine, and I'm just going to wrap it around the center of this candle a few times. And then what I'm going to do is just tack it down with some hot glue to make sure that all of the cord is tacked down, and then I'll cut off the excess. Once I get that complete, I'm going to take those two pieces of cord and I'm just going to create a little basic bow. After I get that complete, what I'm going to do is cut down a few pieces of that Dollar Tree greenery and tack it down in the center, and then I'm going to add a little berry that I pulled off a pick, and then I'm going to add that little bow. And after I get everything tacked down, that will be it for this. I thought this was a really simple and cute addition to my candy cane decor that I am creating today. For this next DIY, my Dollar Tree items will be this cute little Christmas bucket with these handles. I'm going to be using a roll and a half of this decorative rope. I have some more of that red and white baker's twine and a few of these holiday greeneries. Also from Walmart, I have this cute little pine cone pick and these two of these cute little candy cane ornaments, and they all were 98¢. What I'm going to do first is take some hot glue and I'm going to wrap this bucket using the Dollar Tree decorative rope, and I did use a roll and I think a little bit over a half to wrap this entire bucket. So as you see, I'm just taking hot glue, wrapping it around. That was my first roll, and so now I'm going to add the second one, and I'll just continue wrapping this until it's completely wrapped all the way down to the bottom. And then after I get it wrapped all the way down, I'm just going to cut off the excess rope. And then after that is complete, I'm going to take that red and white baker's twine and I'm going to wrap the handle using that. I'm just going to tie a knot, and then I'll cut off that little hanging piece of baker's twine after I get the entire handle wrapped. I'm just going to roll it up a little bit because it's easier if the cord is short to quickly wrap it through the handle. And I'm just going to continue this all the way around. And then once I get it wrapped all the way around, what I'm going to do is just tack it down with some hot glue, and then I'll cut off the excess, and I'll cut off that hanging piece on the other side as well. I'm going to repeat this step and do this to the other handle on the other side. Once I get that wrapped, I'm not going to cut it because I'm going to wrap it around the rim of this bucket a few times. And then I'll just take the remaining baker's twine that's on this spool and I'll just wrap it around the bucket. I'm not going to go in no form or fashion, just going to wrap it around a few times, and then I'll just tack it down with a little hot glue. After I get that complete, I absolutely love this cute little bucket. I'm going to cut some of that Dollar Tree foam and I'm going to hot glue it down to the bottom of the inside of the bucket. I'm going to cut my greenery pieces off of the stem and just start adding them into the foam. And I'm just going to continue adding in some more of the greeneries, and then I'm going to take two of those Walmart picks that has the pine cones, and I'm just going to blend those in as well. And then the two candy cane ornaments that I picked up from Walmart, I am going to use two of the Dollar Tree small dials, and I'm going to add those to the bottom of these candy canes. These candy canes are foam, so these will just go right in. After I get that complete, what I'm going to do to one of the candy canes is pull off the little greenery in the bow, and I'm going to add it to the other side. That way I can style my candy canes on opposite sides. Now I'm just going to insert those into the foam, and that will be it for this DIY. This is absolutely adorable. I think it came out so pretty. And for my next DIY, I have one of these candy canes with the candy inside from the Dollar Tree. I also have some of that burlap ribbon, some more of that baker's twine, and some little greenery pieces. I'm also going to be using a few of these sticks. And what I'm going to do is just first take the candy out of this candy cane. I'm going to put it in a bowl and I'm going to give this to my son because he wants it. And so then what I'm going to do is now wrap the candy cane. First, I'm going to add a few pieces of the burlap ribbon to both ends of this candy cane so that when I wrap it, the ends could be covered. And I am going to do 2 layers just so you won't be able to see through. And I'm just adding hot glue to tack that down, and I'm going to do this again to the other end of the candy cane. Once I get that complete, then I can just start wrapping this burlap ribbon around. And so I'm just going to go right on top of those pieces, and I'm just going to wrap it all the way around. I am pulling it real tight and making sure that I completely cover the plastic, and I'm just going to continue wrapping it all the way around until the candy cane is completely wrapped. Once I get that complete, I'm just going to tack it down with some hot glue and then cut off the excess. And once that is complete, I'm going to wrap that red and white baker's twine around the candy cane, and I'm just going to take some hot glue to tack it down, and I'm going to wrap it around a few times before I go to the next row, a few times, and I'm just going to continue that, sort of like going in the candy cane stripe motion. Once I get that complete, I'm going to tack that down and cut off the excess. I'm pretty much trying to mimic the little candy cane ornaments from Walmart. And so now I'm going to just take some greenery, tack it down in the center. I'm going to also tack down some berries, and I'm just doing everything right in the center, no form, no fashion. And so after I get all of that tacked down, add some berries, I'm going to set this to the side, and I'm going to gather those sticks. I'm going to use some of that burlap ribbon to hold these sticks together. I'm pretty much just creating a bit of sticks for my candy cane to lay on. And so I'm going to take that ribbon, add it in the center, and then just tack it down with some hot glue. And then what I'm going to do is just hot glue that candy cane right on top of the ribbon, and that would be it for this DIY. I thought it was a cute way to display this candy cane and still have that rustic look to it. And for my next DIY from the Dollar Tree, I have this cute little candy cane cup. I have this berry vine. I have 2 of these foam balls, and I'm also going to be using some plaster. I'm just going to add the 2 foam balls inside of the cup, and then I'm going to take that plaster to create the false icing. After I get that on there, what I'm going to do is cut a few berries off of that vine just to add into the plaster, just to give the little icing some sprinkles. And then after I get that complete, I decided to create a cute little coaster for this. Now what I'm going to use is this little plank from the Dollar Tree. I originally was going to use this ribbon, but I decided not to use it. I'm going to use my Folk Art Real Brown acrylic paint to paint this, and then as I add my paint, I will take some paper towel to wipe off the excess. Once that's complete, I'm going to take some white chalk paint and I'm going to heavily distress over this. Now I started distressing it before the brown paint dried so I can get the colors to blend together, and then that way I'll get the desired look that I'm going for. Once that is dry, I'm going to sand over it heavily. I'm just trying to get that really worn wood look, and that will be it for this. I'm going to style the little cup right on top, and I thought this was just a cute addition to my little cozy rustic candy cane decor. cute Christmas signs, and they had 3 different sayings, so I picked up all 3 of them. I thought these were so adorable. I thought it would be cute if you attach these 3 together to just make one larger sign. So I'm going to cut the jute hanger off of 2 of them because I only need the jute hanger for the one at the top to have the option to hang this. And so what I'm going to be doing is just using some hot glue to attach these 3 frames together. Sometimes the Dollar Tree put out really cute pieces that you don't have to do too much to. Maybe, you know, add a few of them together, you know, or maybe attach something to them. And I love finding pieces like that. So for extra security, I flipped it over, and on the back, I'm just going to add 2 of these craft sticks right where I connected the frames together. And that will be it for this. I think attaching 3 of them together really elevated this piece, and I absolutely love it. Now for the next DIY at the Dollar Tree, I found this 2-pack of these ornaments, and these are so cute, these little boots. I thought they were cute as they are. What I'm going to do is just cut off that string that makes them an ornament, and I'm just going to style these as little planters. Now to keep them solid, I am going to use some of these decorative rocks from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to add them inside each one of the boots to give it some weight so it can, you know, it can stand up on its own pretty stable. And so after I get those attached, the Dollar Tree put out these really cute Christmas florals, and they have the little berries attached to them. So I'm just going to pull some pieces off of these and just add them right inside of the little boots. Like I said earlier, I really do like finding items in the Dollar Tree that you just have to change up a little bit. Makes crafting so much easier, and you end up with some really cute, fun decor. I think these boots are really cute for the holiday season, and so I'm just adding in a few. I don't want to put too much in them. Just a little few pieces here and there, and then that is going to be it for these. These are absolutely adorable. For this next DIY, I picked up this 2-pack of wreath rings, and these are the 8-inch rings from the Dollar Tree. I am going to be using both of these in today's video. For this DIY, I'm going to be using one, and I do have this pack of these garland stems. Now, if you have the row of garland from the Dollar Tree, that'd be so much easier, but I do have some. I just have it packed up in the garage, and I haven't went out and got any from last season. But this is pretty simple. All I'm doing is wrapping the little garland ties around the wreath, and it did take a pack and then 4 out of another pack, 3 or 4 out of another pack, and it is 12 ties in each pack. I absolutely love decorating these 8-inch wreath rings from the Dollar Tree because I add little small wreaths around my house. I add them on the back of the chairs. I put them on cabinets in the kitchen. I put them on doors, and so I like this size. It's a nice size to have a few wreaths around the house without being overwhelmed with a bunch of large wreaths. So I absolutely love decorating these. So now I'm just adding the last few ties, and then after I get that complete, I found this really cute ornament from the Dollar Tree. I love that the Dollar Tree put out these larger ornaments. They are so cute, and I picked up this one here that says Merry Christmas. These are some really cute tags, and with these ornaments, you can just add them to signs or projects and just really end up with some really cute high-end looking decor. So I'm going to keep the jute hanger on the ornament so that can be how I hang this wreath, and I'm just going to add some hot glue to the places where this ornament will be attached to the wreath. And then that is going to be it for this. I think this is so cute. I cannot wait to style this. I'm probably going to hang this on one of the doors in the house. I'm not sure, but it is totally adorable. Now for this next DIY, we have another ornament, and it's this cute little owl. Absolutely love it. I think it's cute on its own, but I want to create a base for this. So I'm going to be using one of these wood slices from the Dollar Tree along with some of the wood stems. And that's just what I'm going to use to create a little base to put the owl on. So I'm just taking some of the little wood stems and I'm just hot gluing them right on top of the little wood slice. I mean, the ornaments at the Dollar Tree is such a lifesaver. They are so adorable. They're so cute, and you can just add them to some items like I was saying earlier and just have some really cute decor. So I'm just going to place the owl right on top and take another little wood stem and add it right in the back just to give it, you know, a little extra support. And then what I'm going to do is pull off some berries from a Dollar Tree pick and just add those right at the bottom just to bring in a little bit more of that red. And that is going to be it for that. I'm going to secure those berries, and I think this little owl is adorable. I am going to be using one of these jars from the Dollar Tree. Now today's DIYs are going to be for Christmas. So what I'm going to do after I remove this tag is attach one of these little wood slices, and these are from the Dollar Tree as well. I am just going to glue this to the bottom of this jar because I do want to give this jar a really rustic look to it. You can decorate these jars for all seasons, and I absolutely love the different decorations of these jars that I see from other creators. I think it's just a really easy, nice way to create some seasonal decor that looks great. So I'm going to be using some hot glue and a combination of some fix-all glue from the Dollar Tree to attach this. Now I am going to be using some of this boxwood, and I do get this pick from Walmart, and I believe it's like $1.50. I'm just pulling off a few pieces to attach it to the bottom right around the wood slice that's hanging from up under the jar. And I'm just going to take a few pieces and just hot glue them around. Now I wanted to give this jar a rustic look, but I also wanted to give it a really festive holiday look. So I'm just going to take a few more pieces and attach them. So you can add LED candles, florals, or different items to these jars. So I went to my Cricut Joy and I went into Design Space and I found this image and I cut it out. I really like that the O was a snowflake, but you can use letters from Hobby Lobby or the Dollar Tree for this part, or you can use some rub-on transfer. The Dollar Tree has put out some really cute rub-on transfers. So I am just going to transfer this over to the jar, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking some jute cord to wrap it around the rim of this jar, and I'm going to use some hot glue to attach it. Now later in the holiday season, when I style this in my home, I'm probably going to add a really nice little lead candle. I'm not sure. This, like I said, you can add so many different things to this jar. So after I get the jute cord wrapped around and tacked down, I do have a little bag of pine cones that I picked up from the Dollar Tree, and what I'm going to do is just add those right in the inside for now. What I'm doing is creating a little basic bow out of this jute cord. I totally forgot about this little part. I did want to add a little bow, and then I'm also going to pull a few berries off of another pick that I had from the Dollar Tree from last season. I'm just going to pull off like 2 berries, and after I add my little pine cones, I am going to attach those 2 little berries down by the greenery and just add another little piece of greenery next to it, and that will be it for this little piece. I think it's always a great idea to style these Dollar Tree jars for the holiday season. This next DIY is a really simple and easy idea. I have one of these large snowflake wood cutouts from the Dollar Tree. I'm just removing the jute cord that was there for the hanger. And what I'm going to be pairing with this is I just have a piece of wood. It's just a little scrap piece of wood that I had in the garage, but you can use any little piece of wood for this. I'm just going to create a little basic shelf that you can style some decor on. So I'm going to be using my white chalk paint to paint this entire piece, front and back. What I like about this idea is you can use any of the holiday wood cutouts. You can use the cutout Christmas trees. They have some stars. They have different things, wood, large cutouts that they put out for the season, and you can use any of them to create this really cute seasonal shelf. So after I finish getting this painted, to give it that rustic farmhouse look, I am going to take some Dollar Tree sandpaper and I am going to sand over this just to bring back some of that natural color. And like I said earlier, I think this will be really cute if you have one of those Christmas tree wood cutouts. So now I'm just going over it with my sandpaper. Not a lot, I just want to bring back some of that natural color and give this a little definition. Once I get that complete, I am going to take the little wood piece that I have and I'm going to stain that, and I'm going to be using the wood stain color that I've been using recently, and it's the Kono color, and I am just going to give it a really good coat because I do like that dark color. It's such a nice color when it dries. And I'm just wiping off a little bit with this dry paper towel, and that's just to help it dry faster. All I'm going to do once I get this complete is attach these 2 pieces together, and that's going to be my cute little shelf display that you can add any decor on. So I'm just going to take a combination of that Fix-All glue from the Dollar Tree and some hot glue just so I can have a more permanent hold, and then I'm just going to attach it right to the wood piece. And that is very simple, but I think this is a really cute idea. It has a nice high-end look to it, very budget friendly because it was $1.25 for this. Well, actually I had this snowflake from last season when things were still $1, and this was just a little scrap piece of wood that I had in the garage, and I think it came out really cute. And this is how it turned out. And so you can add any decor to this piece, and this is how it looks without anything on it. And I think it'd be cute if you had like a little candle or a little Christmas ornament. But here is it with the first DIY that I created just down on it. I just wanted to show you that you can add anything to this, and I think it's going to turn out really cute. I always see these in the Dollar Tree, and I do have a few of these from when the Dollar Tree things were still 99¢. And so what I'm doing is just popping the back off. It's pretty simple to pop it off, and then I'm just going to take some sandpaper to sand off the paper that didn't come off the back, and I'm just going to sand that down a little bit. Now I'm going to use that same color wood stain to stain this piece just to darken it up some. This is another very budget friendly piece that came out really nice and has a nice little high-end look to it. So I'm just going to go over this entire piece with this stain. I really wanted to turn this into a really rustic decor piece. So after I get it stained, what I'm going to do is take this scrapbooking paper, and I paid 59¢ for this at Hobby Lobby. I absolutely love this, and I'm just going to trace the back of that sign. I'm going to trace it out so that I can cover up the previous paper that was attached to it. So now I'm just going to cut it out, and I'm going to be using some Mod Podge to attach it. So I'm just going to take the Mod Podge and apply it to the backing, and I'm going to make sure that I spread it all the way around on the edges so everything could be nice and secured. And then I'm just going to apply my paper right on top and smooth everything out. I'm going to take my scissors to cut off any of the paper that is hanging over, because I always cut it out a little bit larger just to make sure that it's fully covered. And then I'm going to take this frame and add it right back, and I'm going to be using some hot glue for that. And then I am going to embellish this a little bit. It already looks so much better. I did go back to my Cricut Joy and cut out the word welcome using some red vinyl, but once again you can use some stickers. I do have some red letter stickers that I got from Hobby Lobby, and the font is really cute if you want to go and pick some of those up. Now I'm just going to take some greenery pieces. I have some more of those boxwoods. I originally was going to do a little wreath, but I was like, no, I'm just going to attach some greenery right to the top part, just giving it a different look. And I do have another pick that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. Right now Hobby Lobby have 50% off of their Christmas craft supplies, and so I did pick up a lot of things that was only like $2 or $1.50, and you know, that's a good price. So I'm taking one of these little wood stems from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to attach this to the bottom to give my now tree a little base. And then I'm going to get that other pick that I got from Hobby Lobby and pull off a few of those stems, and as you can see, I attached just a few pieces of those with the boxwood, and this is how it looks. I do have it on that snowflake stand, and I am going to show you how it looks standing alone. I think it's really simple, but I think it's really cute. Dollar Tree, this merry and bright Christmas sign. I also have some holiday picks here from the Dollar Tree. I may only use one, and I'm going to be using some of these painter sticks. I Going to cut the handles off of these, and I'm going to be using some red acrylic paint as well as a little brown and this white acrylic paint. So what I'm going to do first is cut the handle down off of all of my painter sticks. Now what I'm doing is stacking 3 of them at a time to cut them down. It just helps keep them more even as well as easier to cut so many down. I cut the handle off 7 painter sticks, and then I have 2 painter sticks that I cut the handle off and then cut those in half because I'm going to use those to connect these sticks together. So what I'm going to do is just line all 7 of these sticks up, and then I'm going to use some of my Gorilla wood glue and some hot glue to attach the little sticks to the larger sticks that I lined up, and that's how they're all going to be connected. I use this painter stick method a lot to create the base for my signs. So I'm going to apply the sticks on the ends first, and then I will go in and apply the 2 sticks in the middle. And so now what I'm going to do is attach the last 2 sticks to the middle. And once I get that complete, what I'm going to do is use that red acrylic paint, and I'm going to paint the front and the back of this sign. Once that is completed, this is how it looks. I painted the front and the back. I'm going to take some of this brown acrylic paint and just dry brush a very little amount across the top. It's a light brown. It's just giving it like a natural wood color distress look. And after I get that complete, I'm going to take my Dollar Tree sanding block and I'm going to sand over the front of this sign. What I'm doing is trying to bring some definition into the lines where I attach the painter sticks together, just to give it that nice farmhouse look. So I'm just going in, bringing definition to the different painter sticks that I all attach together. This is how it looks. I really love how that turned out. And so now what I'm going to do is paint that merry and bright using that white acrylic paint. I'm just gonna go on with a very light coat. It don't have to be so heavy. I don't want to add too much paint at once and then it be kind of stuck in between the letters. So once I get that complete, all I'm going to do is use my wood glue and my hot glue, and I'm going to attach it to the sign. I'm going to tilt it a little bit sideways to give it a little bit character and to create some room so I can attach my holiday pick. I'm going to take my wire cutters and clip all of the different leaves off of the pick so that I can hot glue them down separately. Once I get everything hot glued down, I'm going to take some of that wire jute cord from the Dollar Tree and I'm just going to staple this jute cord to the back so that I do have the option to hang this sign. And I'm just going to add a staple on one end, stretch it over, add a staple on the other end, and that'll be it for this sign. I think this came out really pretty. I absolutely love it. It's just a really simple way to create a nice high-end looking sign to style in your home for the holidays. Now I'm going to get ready and get started on the next DIY for today. I have one of these little wood planks out of the little 6-pack from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to be using some more of these painter sticks, and these do come from Walmart. And I have this little holiday pick for 98 cents from Hobby Lobby, and I will be using 2 of those, and I'm going to be using my white acrylic paint and a little bit of the black color. I cut the handles off of these sticks. Rather, these was some painter sticks that I already had the handle cut off. I do get these from my local hardware store, and those are 3 in a pack for 98 cents. I like these painter sticks better because they're a little wider, so they're a little bit more sturdier. And I have some pieces here that I cut down to use to connect my pieces together, just like I did in the previous DIY. So I'm just going to take my wood glue and my hot glue to attach these down. I always start with adding the ones on the end first and then add the other ones in the center. Once I get my sign created, I am going to take the Dollar Tree sanding block and sand over this. There was a few rough edges. I just wanted to smooth them out before I paint it using that white acrylic paint. And this paint is the gloss finish. And so I'm just going to go over with a light coat on the front as well as the back. And this is how it turned out. I didn't do too much of a heavy coat, so you can still kind of see some of that natural wood color. Now what I'm going to do is use my black acrylic paint to paint this little wood piece here. After I get that painted, I'm going to use the leftover paint on that brush and just dry brush over the white sign. I'm not going to go too heavy. I'm just going to brush over just lightly, and I will just distress the back as well too, just to have like a finished look on both sides. Now I'm taking my Dollar Tree sanding block and I'm just going over it, doing the same thing that I did in the previous DIY, just bringing a little definition into the lines. Now that that is complete, what I'm going to do is take some wood glue and some hot glue, and I'm going to attach this little wood plank right to the top of the sign in the center. I use my Cricut Joy to print out the words Merry and the word Christmas. So what I'm going to do is just transfer Merry over to the little black plank, and I used white vinyl for that. And so I'm just using my transfer tape to transfer that over. Once I get that complete, I printed the word Christmas using some black vinyl, and I'm going to apply that right under the Merry, using my transfer tape to transfer everything over. Once I get that complete, I'm going to take those 2 holiday picks that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I am going to hot glue one down to each side of this sign. I'm just going to pull off the tag and cut the stem down a little bit. I'm not going to clip these and hot glue them down separate. I'm going to just hot glue them down just the way they are, just making sure that I tack down every piece, and I'm going to do that on both sides. Once I have my floral picks hot glued down, this is how it looks, and I'm going to do the same thing that I did in the first DIY by attaching some of that juke wire to the back using my staple gun so that I can have the option to hang this sign as well. And so after I get the jute wire stapled down on both ends, that'll be it for this DIY. Another simple sign, easy to create, but has a nice high-end look. For this next DIY, I'm going to be using one of these canvas frames here from the Dollar Tree. I have this cute little pick that I got from Walmart for 98 cents, and I'm going to be using some of these Dollar Tree poster letters. What I'm going to do is just spell out the word joy with these poster letters, and I'm going to add it close to the top of this sign. Now I am going to bring in a little berries and another little pick to mix with that Dollar Tree holiday pick. So once I get the word joy spelled out, I'm going to take some Mod Podge and I'm going to heavily brush over this entire sign. I'm going to make sure I brush over the word joy to make sure it stays nice and secure to the canvas, but I'm going to go over the entire frame. Once that is complete and it dries, what I'm going to do is hot glue these pieces down to this sign. I'm just pulling them off the pick, and then I'm going to cut the stem off the bottom. This is a really simple sign, but I think it turned out so pretty. So once I have the picks cut off, I'm just going to hot glue them down to the bottom of this canvas. And as you can see, I'm just creating a little simple design, making sure that I do not cover any of the letters. I actually think it looks cute without the other little picks, but what I'm going to do is just to bring in a little holiday, I am going to attach these little green leaves from a Hobby Lobby pick, and then I'm going to attach a few of these berries in the center, and that'll be it for this. This was really simple, but I think it turned out so pretty. I absolutely do love this. And now I'm going to get started on the next DIY for today. What I'm going to be using for the next DIY is one of these pretty vases from the Dollar Tree. I love the way this one is shaped. I am going to be using a different pick. I was going to use another one of these picks from the previous DIY, but I'm going to use this other little pick and berries that I picked up from Hobby Lobby for 48 cents. I have these cute little vinyl words that I got for $1.99 at Michael's, and I'm going to be using some white acrylic paint. What I'm going to do first is give this vase 2 coats of that white acrylic paint. I'm going to give it 1 coat, let it dry, and then I'm going to apply the second coat. Once that is dry, what I'm going to do is take some jute cord, and I'm going to wrap it around the neck of this vase. I'm just going to use some hot glue to tack it down, and then I'm just going to wrap it around a few times, and then I'm going to tack down the jute cord and then just cut off the excess. Once I get that complete, I chose the little vinyl sticker that said Merry Christmas, and I'm just going to apply that to the front of the vase. Once I get that down, I'm going to take some Mod Podge and go over the sticker and the vase just to make sure that everything blends in well and that the sticker is nice and secure. After I get that complete, I'm going to cut the leaves and the leaves and the berry pieces off this cute little pick that I got from Hobby Lobby, and it was 50% off, so it ended up being like 48 cents. So what I'm going to do is just hot glue these pieces right on top of the little jute cord. And after I get all of the little pieces and the berries tacked down, that will be it for this DIY. This was really simple, but I think this turned out really pretty. I'm actually going to recreate another one of these to style in my home for the holiday. Now I'm going to these little scrap wood pieces from the Dollar Tree. I have this wider piece and this flatter piece. I was originally going to use these cute little stickers that I have from Hobby Lobby, but instead I'm going to use one of Dollar Tree holiday picks. And I'm also going to be using some white acrylic paint. What I'm going to do is the thinner wood piece, I'm going to add some hot glue and some wood glue, and I'm going to attach that in the center of the other wood piece. And I'm just going to line it up right in the center. Once I get that tacked down, I'm going to go in with that acrylic paint and I'm going to paint this entire piece. I'm just sanding down the little rough edges before I apply the paint. Once I get that complete, what I'm going to do is just pull these pieces and these berries off of this holiday pick from the Dollar Tree so that I can hot glue them down to the wood piece separately. Now, this is a really simple piece, but I thought it'd be cute to create something to style without any words or something on it. Just a cute little simple piece. So as you can see, I'm just taking hot glue and tacking down all the little pieces. Once that is complete, this will be it for this DIY. It was really simple, but I think it's a really cute piece, and I really do like how this turned out. DIY, I'm going to be using those painter sticks, and I have these felt gingerbreads that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. I'm also going to be using some red acrylic paint as well as some white. Now, to cut my handles off my painter sticks, I am going to be using my little miner saw just to cut them down, and I usually keep them in a pack. It's just easier to cut 3 sticks down at once. Once I get that complete, I'm just going to take these scissors to open them up, and then I'm just going to line all 6, because I have 2 packs of 3, all 6 of these sticks together. And I'm going to use some painter sticks that I got free from Home Depot to connect these sticks together. So right now I'm just getting them all lined up, and then I'm going to use some hot glue and some wood glue to attach them. And so I cut my free sticks in half, and I'm just going to hot glue them down. I'm going to add one up, one down, just making sure that I have all of the sticks connected to each other. And I am just creating my hot chocolate bar sign first. This sign is going to be really simple. I didn't want it to be too busy and clash with the other little DIYs that I created. And so once I get that done, I'm just going to take my Dollar Tree sanding block, sand over the front and the rough edges, and then I'm going to go in with that red acrylic paint, and I'm going to paint the front and the back of this sign. After I get this sign completely painted and it dries, I'm going to take that white acrylic paint, and I'm just going to distress heavy in the middle of this sign. I'm not going to go to the edges. I'm going to leave the edges red. I'm just going to go heavy right in the center of this sign. After I get that complete and it dries, I did use my Cricut Joy to print the word hot chocolate bar. You can use stickers for this part, but it was just easier for me to print. And I'm just going to use some transfer tape, and I'm going to transfer over hot chocolate bar right to the center. Once I get that complete, I'm going to take some of those gingerbreads from the Dollar Tree, the little felt ones, and I am going to embellish the sign with 2 of those. So once I get this transferred over, I am going to get my little gingerbreads. Now, with the gingerbreads, I like that they came with the little felt pieces to decorate them with. So each one came with the little different color felt pieces for the eyes and the decorations around the hands and the feet. I thought this was so cute because you can kind of decorate them how you want to. And I'm going to make one of them a boy and one of them a girl. So I'm just placing them on my sign where I want them, and I will attach these just using some hot glue. Once I get those 2 gingerbreads attached, then I'm going to start adding in my little felt pieces. And what I'm going to do first is just pull the little pieces out. They already cut in the shape on the felt. You just have to pull them out. So I'm going to add my eyes, and then I'm going to add the little decorations around the hands and the feet. And then I'm going to add the buttons. And just to secure them, after I get them where I want them to be placed, I'll go in and secure each one of them with some hot glue. I'm going to do the same thing to the other one, but I'm going to use some of those white pieces just to create like some hair so that I can have a girl gingerbread and a boy gingerbread. And so what I'm going to do is just finish this off, and this is how it turned out. Now you can add a hanger to the back of this, but I'm going to hang my sign using some command strips. This is really simple, but I think it's so cute. I love the way the gingerbreads are being displayed. I absolutely just love it. For the second DIY, I have all of these items here from the Dollar Tree. I have that box with the 4 openings, some of the tumbling block pieces. I have 4 of these little wood pieces and these large berries. What I'm going to do first is hot glue 2 of these tumbling block pieces down to each side of the little wood squares, and that is just so I can create a top, and I want to make sure that it stays on. So I'm going to do that to all 4 of these little square pieces because I have 4 openings on the little wood box. Once I get that complete, what I'm going to do is use my red acrylic paint, and I'm going to paint the box. I'm going to paint the entire box using this red color. And then after I get that completely painted, what I'm going to do is paint all of those little lids using my white acrylic paint. And then once I get that complete, what I'm going to do is just take my Dollar Tree sanding block to sand around the top, just distressing the edges to give me a little farmhouse look. And then after I get that complete, I'm going to take those large berries and I am going to hot glue these to the top of each one of the little square pieces, and this is going to be my little top for my lids. I thought these berries was cute. They reminded me of little gumballs with sugar sprinkled on the top of them, so I thought it would be cute for this DIY. So what I'm going to do is hot glue one to each lid. I used my Cricut Joy to print the words sweet treats, and I printed 4 sets of those because I'm going to add them all around the box. So what I'm going to do is just transfer over sweet treats. I thought this would be cute, and I'm actually going to transfer it over on all 4 sides of this tray, and that will be it for that. Really simple, but I think it looks really cute, and I just styled some little chocolate candies in the inside. And now for my next DIY, I have one of these little wood house-shaped cutouts from the Dollar Tree. All I'm going to do is paint this using my white acrylic paint, and then I'm going to decorate it with some more of those berries. And what I'm going to do is hot glue 4 berries down to each side of the roof. I went into Cricut Design Space and I printed out some gingerbread men that I found. So I printed out a few of them because I will be adding those to some of the DIYs today, and I'm going to add one of them to this little sign here. So after I add the last one in the middle, I have 4 on each side, and then I'm just going to hot glue 1 in the center. And like I said, these look like little gumball candies that sprinkle with sugar. Now once I have that complete, what I'm going to do is just take one of those little gingerbread men that I printed, and I'm going to transfer one over right to the top of this little sign. After I get that transferred over, I am going to add open 24/7 to this sign. Now for this part, you can use stickers and Mod Podge them on there. Anything will be cute. I just think this is a cute little sign for a cocoa bar or a tier tray. Once I get that transferred over, I'm going to use some jute cord to wrap around the bottom of this sign. So I'm going to hot glue it down, and then I'm going to wrap it around a few times. I'm going to go like down and then up, just kind of creating a little crossover design, if that makes sense. And then after I get it wrapped around a few times, I'm going to tack it down in the back, and I'm just going to make a little simple bow out of a small piece of jute cord. And then what I'm going to do is take that little bow, and I'm just going to hot glue it down to the side. I also pulled off some few berries off of a Dollar Tree pick. I'm just going to hot glue those berries down in the center of that bow, and that is it. I absolutely love this. Open 24/7. The next DIY is so cute. I put together another one of those felt gingerbread mans. I have this little standing sign from the Dollar Tree and this little chalkboard pick. All I am going to do is cut down that little pick, and I'm just going to paint the stem using some black acrylic paint. Afterwards, I thought about I could have just used my black Sharpie marker, but that's okay. This DIY is really simple. I am going to hot glue the little gingerbread down to the sign, and I'm writing free cocoa on the little chalkboard with my Dollar Tree marker, and I'm just going to hot glue down my little gingerbread. And then what I'm going to do is take that little sign, and I'm going to hot glue it down right on his hand. I'm going to add the hot glue to the little stick attached in the back, and then that is it for this DIY. Super cute, free cocoa. Out of a 3-pack from Hobby Lobby, one of these round pieces, and this was actually a pack of coasters from Hobby Lobby, as well as this round wood piece that came out of a 3-pack from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to be using this reindeer. This was an ornament, and then I have this berry wire from the Dollar Tree. I cut down some painter sticks, and I'm just using these to attach to the back so that if I decide to add a hanger, the staples won't show, or you can use command strips to hang this sign. Now what I'm going to do is use my black chalk paint to paint it. After that is complete, I'm going to use my white chalk paint to paint the little round piece. Now I'm just going to pull the wire to detach this reindeer head from this little wreath form, and I just pulled the wire off and pulled off the little garland that I am going to reattach, and I'm going to use my black gloss acrylic paint to paint this reindeer. After that is complete, I'm just using my Dollar Tree sanding block to distress around this wood piece. I'm also going to distress around the little white piece with the sanding block as well. And then once I get that complete, I'm going to take that berry garland and I'm just going to wrap it around the wreath form. Once that is complete, I'm going to use my hot glue to attach the wreath form to the round piece, and then I am going to glue that wood piece in the center. So I'm just using my hot glue to attach it. And once that is secure, I am going to take the little round wood piece and add some hot glue and attach that in the center. I am going to use some of my E6000 and some hot glue to attach this reindeer. I'm just adding the garland around the neck back, and then I will add the glue and I'm going to attach it right in the center. I'm going to use some of that white paint to distress around the antlers. And then what I'm going to do is take the words Merry Christmas that I printed using my Cricut Joy and just transfer it to the bottom of the sign. And then once that is complete, that will be it for this DIY. Now you can add some jute cord to the back so you can hang it, or you can hang it with a command strip. I think this was really simple, but I absolutely love how it turned out. For this next DIY, I'm going to be using one of these 11 by 14 canvas frames from Five Below. One of my lovely subscribers sent me those wood tags. I'm going to use one. I have some 98-cent picks from Walmart, as well as this Walmart Snowflake ribbon. I'm going to use my black chalk paint to paint this little wood tag, and then after that is complete, I'm going to use the white chalk paint and distress in the center of the tag. After that is complete, I'm going to distress it some more using that Dollar Tree sanding block. After that, you can use any stickers you may have, but I printed these cute little reindeers out of the design space of my Cricut, and I'm going to transfer that over to the center of the tag. After I get that transferred over, I am going to take some jute cord and I'm going to string it through this little tag, and then after I get that complete, I'm going to set this to the side so that I can work on the rest of the DIY. So what I'm going to do is just wrap this canvas frame just like it was a present. So I'm just going to take some hot glue to attach the ribbon, and I am going to stretch it down, tack that down, and then I'm going to do the same thing across the other way. So after I get that complete, I'm going to clip these pieces off of that holiday tag so that I can attach them in the center. But what I'm going to do first is add my tag so that it can hang down. And I'm just going to take that jute cord and I'm going to hot glue it right to the center. And then I'm going to cut off the excess cord and then start attaching the pieces from the pick right on top. I originally was going to use that berry pick, but I end up switching that out for a Dollar Tree pick that I have, and I'm just going to pull those pieces off and just hot glue those down in the center, and I'm going to hot glue down some berries, and that will be it for this DIY. This was simple, but I think it was so cute, and I thought it was a lovely way to display the cute little reindeer tag. From the Dollar Tree. The first thing I'm going to do is remove these chalkboard pieces that I am definitely going to keep. And then I'm just going to cut this cord off that I will reattach. What I'm going to do first is take my painter's tape and tape where I am going to paint these tags. So I'm going to add the tape around, and I'm only going to paint in between the tape. Add my white acrylic paint and paint the center, paint in between the tape, and then I'll remove the tape. So for these DIYs, I'm just making the reindeer pretty much like the center of attention. After I remove all of the tape, I'm going to reapply some tape, but I'm going to reapply it right on top of the white paint so that I can paint the other spots using some black acrylic paint. After I get that complete, I'm just going to go in and I'm going to paint those areas. So after I get that complete, I am going to remove the tape. And what I end up doing also was going in with that black paint and painting the back of these signs. I do like for my signs to be finished on both sides. So I used my Cricut Joy and printed this beautiful reindeer silhouette, and I'm just going to transfer that over. And then for the other sign tag, I found this cute image, and it has these two reindeers with these stars at the top of the text, and I thought that would be cute as for the magical characteristic of the reindeer. And it just says happy holidays. After I take my Dollar Tree sanding block to distress around these tags, I am going to embellish them using some more of that Snowflake black and white ribbon from Walmart. I'm just creating some basic bows. And then what I'm going to do is use these pretty little picks that I got from Hobby Lobby. They just 49¢. They're always 50% off. And I'm going to embellish the center of these bows with that. So after I get this one tacked down, I'm just going to trim down the tail some. I'm not going to cut the stem off of these picks. I'm just going to bend the stem up, take some hot glue, and tack it right down in the center. And after I get both of them done, I'm just going to take my white paint and just frost over the picks, and that will be it for these. I absolutely love how they turned out. Sticks and this wood piece that I got from my local hardware store. What I'm going to do is use my saw to cut down these painter sticks. Once I have the tags cut off of them, I'm just going to line them up, and I'm going to use two other pieces of painter sticks to attach these together. I'm just going to take some wood glue and some hot glue to attach them, and I'm just going to slant them where they are connecting all of the sticks. That other sign, I am going to use that on the front, so that will apply a little more security. So after I get them both attached, I'm just going to flip the sign over and just distress it. I'm going to use the sanding block from the Dollar Tree to smooth out any rough edges, because I'm going to go in with some of that Dollar Tree golden oak wood stain and stain this entire piece. I am going to use my white acrylic paint to paint the other wood piece. Once that is complete, I am going to hot glue that other wood piece right to the center of those painter sticks. I use my Cricut to print all of the reindeer names in a tree form, and I'm just going to transfer that over. Once I get that transferred over, I am going to use some more of that black and white snowflake ribbon from Walmart to add to the bottom and the top of this sign. Once I attach it to the top of the sign, this is complete. I absolutely love this. This was really simple, but I think it is so pretty. For this next DIY, I have another piece of craft wood from my local hardware store for $2, and I do have one of these wood pieces from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to be using this cute reindeer ornament from the Dollar Tree as well. What I'm going to do first is stain this Dollar Tree wood piece using that golden oak wood stain, and I'm going to paint the other piece using some white acrylic paint. Now what I'm going to do is just take one of these ornaments, and I am going to use my black acrylic paint to paint this little reindeer. After that is complete, I am going to take some brown acrylic paint and just distress over this white wood piece. I'm going to make sure I distress a little bit more at the top, just giving it a little bit of character, and then I'll just slightly go around the rest of the sign. I use my Cricut to print reindeer parking. I did lose my E, so I'm going to apply that separate. I'm just going to use my transfer tape to transfer it over. And then once I get that complete, what I'm going to do is attach this sign to the little wood piece that I stained. I'm going to use some wood glue and some hot glue to attach it. After I get that nice and secured, I am going to use some E6000 and some hot glue to attach my cute little reindeer down on the little ledge. I really do like how this turned out, simple but yet so cute. DIY, I'm going to be using this buffalo check ribbon. I have one of these pieces here from the Dollar Tree, and these are the unfinished scrap wood pieces that they recently started selling. I have two of these sizes, and I'm going to be using some white acrylic paint, and I'm also going to be using some of my early American wood stain. What I am going to do first is I am going to glue these two wood pieces together. I just want to create a thicker sign because I am going to glue this down to a base, and I also wanted to create space for a border because I am going to hot glue that buffalo check ribbon around this sign. So after I get everything attached, I am going to take my Dollar Tree sanding block to sand around the edges. When I glue two signs together, I like to sand around it to kind of blend it together. After I get that complete, what I'm going to do is take that white acrylic paint and I am going to paint the front and the back of this sign. So after I finish getting this painted, I am going to take that sanding block again and I am going to distress around this. I'm also going to go over the top of this sign too. I want to give it that distressed look and bring back some of that natural wood color. Then after I get that complete and sand it down, what I'm going to do is take that other wood piece and I'm going to stain this using that early American wood stain. And then after I get that complete, I'm going to take that ribbon and I am just going to hot glue it around the sides and the top of this sign. I'm just cutting it so I can get a little even piece, and then I'm going to start attaching it at the bottom using some hot glue, and I'm going to go around the sides and over the top, and I'm not going to go over the bottom because I will be attaching this sign to that other wood piece. I went into Cricut Design Space and found the word Christmas, and I used my Cricut Joy to print that, and that is what I am going to place on this sign. Now you can use a stencil. There are some really nice Christmas stencils at Hobby Lobby right now. You can use some of the Dollar Tree letters. I decided to use my Cricut Joy just to print that word Christmas. So now what I'm going to do is just take the word, place it right on top, and I'm just going to use a spatula to transfer it over. And then after I get that complete, I am going to hot glue it down to the other wood piece. So now I'm just going to go over this first. Once I get it hot glued down to the wood piece, I did decide that I wanted to add some greenery and a few berries to this. So you will see me add that later. To attach it, I am using some of my wood glue as well as some hot glue because I want to make sure that this is more of a permanent hold. The Dollar Tree put out some really pretty holiday picks, and so I'm going to use a few of those off of there, and then I pulled some berries off another Dollar Tree pick, and I'm just going to take some hot glue to attach those pieces down. So after I get that attached, add me some berries. This DIY will be complete. I absolutely love it. I think it is so pretty. Using one of these buffalo check placemats from the Dollar Tree along with one of their unfinished wood pieces. I have some Dollar Tree decorative rope, and I'm going to be using some more pieces off of their holiday pick. The first thing I'm going to do is stain this using that early American stain. After I get that complete, I'm going to start working on my placemat, and what I did was use some of my iron-on smart vinyl to print from my Cricut Joy the words Happy Holidays, and I'm just going to use my easy press to apply it. You could use a stencil for this part, which I think would have been so much better. And I'm just going to get that place where I want it, and then I'm going to use my Cricut press. And after I get that complete, what I'm going to do is just pull up the plastic. I wait till everything cool off first, and then I just pull up the plastic. I actually think this being stenciled would actually be better, but I just used my iron-on vinyl. So after I get that complete, what I'm going to do is now attach that wood piece to the top, and I am just going to use some hot glue to attach that, and then I am going to go in the back and add some staples. I'm definitely going to recreate this using one of those really pretty holiday stencils that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. So now I'm just going to go in with my staple gun and just add some staples all the way across. And then after I get that complete, I am going to attach my rope. I'm just going to measure how much I want, and then I'm going to cut it down, and I am going to flip this over and staple that to the back as well. And after I get that complete, I'm going to embellish it with some more of those pretty holiday picks from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to be using some more Dollar Tree berries, and I'm just going to add it right at the top of the sign, giving it a nice, really pretty holiday look. And then I'm just going to take some berries and apply it in the center, and then after I get that complete, this is it for this DIY. This was really simple, but I think it's a really cute piece to hang up in your home for the holidays. I absolutely love how this turned out. And now I am going to get ready and get started on the next DIY for today. And for that DIY, what I'm going to be using is more of those pretty Dollar Tree holiday picks. I have 4 of those. I have one of the poinsettia picks as well. And from Hobby Lobby, I have 2 of these picks. They were only 98 cents a piece. And I'm going to be using some jute cord. What I'm going to do is just create a really simple hassle-free swag that you can add to an existing picture, or you can actually add it to a table setting. So as you can see, I just added my picks together with a set of 3 going the opposite direction, and I use the jute cord to wrap around the center to hold them together. Now I'm just going to add some hot glue to tack that jute cord down, and then I'm going to cut off the excess. After I get that complete, what I'm going to do is use some of that Dollar Tree jute wire to create a hanger for the back. And what I'm going to do is just staple it down. So I'm just going to take a piece, cut it off, create a little loop, and just staple it to the back. After I get that complete, what I'm going to do now is just fluff things out a little bit, and then I am going to add those poinsettias right in the center, and I am going to attach those using some hot glue. This is a really simple swag, not too many other embellishments. That way you can blend this in with another existing sign, and it does not clash with too much of anything. And if you left it solo by itself, I think it's really pretty and simple. I actually really do like this piece. So after I finish adding the last poinsettia, that is it for this piece. And I think it came out really cute. And now I'm going to get started on the next DIY. I'm going to be using another one of those wood pieces from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to use something that I printed using my Cricut Joy. I'm going to first paint this using my black acrylic paint. And I am going to paint the front and the back. And after I get that complete, what I'm going to do is, once it dry, I'm going to use my Dollar Tree sanding block and go over the edges and go over the front of this sign, giving it a farmhouse look to it. I used my Cricut Joy and printed the saying, "Christmas begins with Christ." And what I'm going to do is just place that. I'm going to place it over a little bit to the side so that I can have room to add some of my embellishment, and I'm just going to transfer that over. I'm just using a little 99-cent spatula that I got from Home Depot. I can't remember where I got it from. It was Home Depot, because I cannot find my Cricut tool. So now what I'm going to do is go over this with some of that glossy Mod Podge, because it had like a dull look to it, and I just want to give it a little shine. And so I'm just going to go over this entire sign with that. And then once it dries, I am going to embellish it with some leaves and some berries off of a pick that I got from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to use some hot glue to attach that. And then after I hot glue down my leaves and my berries, I'm going to take some of that jute wire and I am going to staple that to the back so that I have the option to hang this sign. And then once I get the hanger stapled down to the back, this DIY will be complete. I absolutely love this saying and I love this sign. I think it is so pretty. And now I'm going to get started on the next DIY for today. What I'm going to be using is 2 of these. I believe they are dry erase boards from the Dollar Tree. I love these. They are so easy to decorate. I printed Merry Christmas out of the Cricut design space in images, and then 2 little poinsettias. You can add stickers and Mod Podge over them. I think this is just a simple way to create some simple decor to blend in with some existing holiday decor. So what I'm doing now is just adding these little floral prints, and I'm just going to go over those. And I think this was so simple, so cute. I absolutely love them. You can style these in your office or anywhere in your home. I think they just look cute, blending in with some existing decor. And so now I'm going to get ready and get started on the next DIY for today. What I'm going to be using for that DIY is one of these little wooden boxes. I got 50% off at Hobby Lobby, so it was less than $2, and these picks were 98 cents at Hobby Lobby. I also have some foam, and what I'm going to do first is stain this little box using that early American wood stain. And after I get that complete, I am just going to place those 2 foam pieces down in the bottom of this box, and I'm just going to add some hot glue to make sure they stay in place. Then after that, what I'm going to do is cut the stems down on those berry picks from Hobby Lobby so that I can place those down in the foam. I'm going to make sure that they're nice and snug and that everything looks full, and that is it. I think this was really simple, but it came out so cute. This wood crate from the Dollar Tree, and I have 3 little cute ornaments that I found in the Dollar Tree Christmas section. I love this little joy ornament, and I also will be using some burlap ribbon. I don't think this is my Dollar Tree burlap ribbon, but I'm not sure which one this is. I also will be using some of the antique wax chalk paint as well as some ivory color paint as well. Now I removed all of the strings and things from those ornaments, and I'm just going to start painting my crate using that antique wax color. And I want to apologize in advance because I did lose some footage, so when I get to a certain point in the DIY, when I start adding my 3 ornaments, I'll just tell you what I did because I lost some footage, so sorry about that. And what I'm doing is just painting this, and then I'm going to dry brush it with that ivory color just on the top of this crate. And then after I finish dry brushing it, I'm going to go around the bottom of this crate with that burlap ribbon because I really pretty much just want to cover the holes on the side, as well as it do match the little ornaments that I am going to add to this. So after I add this burlap ribbon is when I lost the footage, so then you will see that I pretty much just added all 3 ornaments. I added the joy to the front of the crate, I put my little owl on top of the crate, and then I glued the hat right on top of the owl. The owl did come with these little, they look like little acorns on the top of his head, but I did remove those off, and this is how it turned out. This is so cute, but I'm sorry I lost the footage, but you're able to see that I pretty much just added all 3 ornaments. Right, I will be using a tall Dollar Tree vase. I have one of these twist LED candles that the Dollar Tree sell. I actually really like those. I'll be using one of these. These are like some Garland, Christmas garland. I have some Dollar Tree, the white rocks from the Dollar Tree I'll be using, and that leftover pick from the previous DIY. And I do have this cling from Walmart, and those are 98 cents, and I'll just be using one of them, and I'll be using the one that has the pole light, and I'm just going to add that to the glass. It's a little too long, so I'm going to cut it down, and I will go over this glass with some Mod Podge to make sure that the clings stay on. This is actually a really pretty DIY at night. I did this last year, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this little LED candle, and I'm lining it right up with the light that's on the cling, and then I'm just going to add these rocks right on top. And if you have to change the battery, you can just pull it out, and then you can just push it right back down in the rocks. And then all I'm going to do now is add in those pieces that came off of that pick. I just clipped them off with my wire cutters, and then I'm going to take that garland, and I'm just going to
add that right to the top of the glass. I'm not going to unravel it. I'm going to leave it just like that, and I'm going to add some glue to make sure that it stays down. And this DIY is complete. This is actually very, very pretty at night because it looks like the LED light is shining through the little light that's on the window clean. This is actually really pretty at night, and like I said, I did this DIY before, and now I'm going to move on to the next DIY for today. And I have one of those wreath rings, and the Dollar Tree put out some really pretty scarves. I'm going to show you another one that I picked up. I also have it in this color here that I'll be using in a later DIY. So pretty. I also have not two ornaments. This is like a clip-on. This is not an ornament, but this is actually an ornament. This is so cute, so I'll be using both of those. And I did cut off a piece of twine that I'm going to add to this wreath just in case I want to use it to hang it a different way. I wanted to make sure that I did have a separate option, so I'm just adding that jute cord twine. I call it both. I'm just adding that first before I start wrapping this wreath with that scarf. And now I'm just deciding where I want the tassel part, because that's what you're going to add first. And I think I want mine to be to the side. So I'm just going to let that tassel part hang. And then I'm going to start wrapping this scarf tightly around this wreath so that it can end up with the other tassel on the other end of the scarf directly with the first one. And so I'm just going to keep wrapping it around, and when I get to the little twine, I'm just going to make sure that I don't cover that up, because I may not hang it with that, but I did want another option of hanging this wreath. And now that I have the two tassel parts meeting up, I'm just going to add some hot glue and tack it down to the ring wreath, and then I'm going to add some glue and attach the two scarf pieces together. And so now that I have everything glued down, I'm just going to go right ahead and I'm going to add my ornament right to this wreath, right on the side. So I'm just going to add some hot glue for that. Now it's just trying to figure out when I'm going to add this little Christmas bird pick. I think I'm going to put it right under this other ornament, and I'm just going to add some hot glue all around it because I want to make sure that it's tacked down tightly. So I'm going to add glue to the leaves and all the other little decor that's on it. And so I'm just making sure that everything is tacked down, and then this DIY will be complete. And here's how my wreath turned out. I think this is very pretty, and I cannot wait to style this.
So the opening of this wreath ring where they'll connect the two pieces together, I have that at the bottom. That way I can cover that up with some of this greenery. And this pick that I'm pulling these leaves off of, I did pick this up from Hobby Lobby. Right now Hobby Lobby have 50% off their Christmas craft supplies, and the original price on this pick was $2.99, but I got it for 50% off. And then I'm going to add in these little boxwood picks, and I do pick this pick up from Walmart. And I also have this little berry pick. I pick these up every year from Hobby Lobby. I love these little berry picks, and their original price is 99¢, but I always get them when they're 50% off, so I pay 49¢, and I make sure that I just stock up on these so I can get them at that price. Now I just kept the stem on this, and I put it through the little openings at the bottom of that wreath, and I just twisted the stem around it to keep it secure. Now I'm just going to take a piece of jute cord and tie it around the middle at the top so that I will be able to hang my little wreath. Just a quick and cute way to style these beaded wreath rings for the holiday season. I am really glad I found these in the Dollar Tree, and they are definitely worth picking up. Another item that was new to my Dollar Tree was this window panel decor piece. Now the Dollar Tree does have another version of these little panels, but this one is definitely new to my Dollar Tree, and I'm going to style this for the Christmas season. I'm just cutting off the jute cord. I am going to add some cord back to hang it, and I'm pulling up this little attachment that it has. It says live, laugh, love. It's a little metal piece, and I'm just going to pull up this glue that held that piece together. And then what I'm going to do is just take some white chalk paint and just go over this one time. I don't want to do a full coverage because it has a texture like that wood grain texture to it, and I want to still keep that. So I'm just going to give it one light coat. I was surprised to see so many new things at the Dollar Tree. Ever since they became $1.25, they have really put out some more decor and craft supplies. So I'm just going over this with some of that Dollar Tree sandpaper just to distress it a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I have this pack here of these little wood banner sayings for the holiday. This one says season greetings, and I do have one that says Merry Christmas. So what I'm going to do is take this wave light paint, and I am going to go over this. Now this will look really cute if you use some of that crimson color or some red paint. I think it'll be really cute, but I just wanted to use this color for this particular piece. And all I'm going to do is hot glue it right down to where I pulled off that previous attachment, and it looks so cute right there. Now the Dollar Tree put out a lot of different Christmas ornaments. Some I've seen and some are definitely new, and I love this one, this little fuzzy wreath. And so I'm just going to add that right to the center, and then off of one of those Hobby Lobby picks, I'm going to pull a few of those red berries just to add a little touch of color and bring in some of that red for Christmas. And I'm just going to pull off two of them and hot glue them right under that little bell. And then I am going to take some jute cord and string it back through so that I will be able to hang this piece. When you find really cute pieces at the Dollar Tree, you don't have to do much to change them up, just to make them look a little bit more high-end or fit your decor. And I think this looked really cute for a door hanger. So I'm so excited to find these cute little ornaments in the Dollar Tree. I haven't seen these before. They look like the cute little bottle caps. And so what I'm going to do is just clip off the little jute cord that was attached so that you can hang this on a tree, because I am going to use this as a cap for a candy dish. And so I'm just going to pour some berries off of one of those little Hobby Lobby picks and just attach two of those berries right where the little embellishment is at. I think this just makes a really cute cap for my little candy dish. And for my candy dish, I'm going to be using one of these little round counter holders or vases from the Dollar Tree because it fits perfect. And I'm going to add some candies in here that I love, that I pick up from the Dollar Tree. I have the vanilla cream flavor and the salted caramel. And the Dollar Tree have put out the pumpkin ones, but I did have a bag of that, but I ate those already. And I think this is so simple, but it's so cute to have out for the holiday season. Something else I was excited to find in my Dollar Tree was these cute little signs. I don't know if you have ever seen these before, but these are definitely new to my Dollar Tree. And they just say decor on the little tags, but I got these out the crafting section. And they have two different styles, and I absolutely love these. You don't have to paint them, you can, but I think they look great as is. And they have two different colors. And so what I'm going to be doing is decorating this first one. I am just cutting the tag off. I'm not going to paint this. This is going to be really simple. I found this cute little ornament in the Dollar Tree, and they have so many ornaments that you can choose from to just attach to these signs, and that will be it. So I'm going to add some hot glue. This ornament is the perfect size. It's not too big, it's not too small, and it elevated this sign so good. This looked like a really nice piece, and you just paid a couple of bucks for these 2 items, and I'm just making sure that everything is tacked down nicely. And that is going to be it for this. You can do so much with these signs. Like I say, they look really great as is, but you can paint them, you can add words to them. But I wanted to keep it simple, and I think this came out really cute. Using one of those boho ornament slices. Now I would have used one of the wood slices because it don't have the hole in there, but I like this color for this project. So now I'm just deciding which stem I'm going to use, and I'm just going to add some glue and attach it right in the center. Now I'm using another one of those ornaments, and I'm just cutting off the jute cord, and I'm going to add some glue, and I'm going to place that right in the center. I am going to take a few more of those berries and just add those berries right around where the embellishment at, just to give it a little more Christmas flavor. And this piece is so cute. Now I'm going to show you the 2 different ways that I'm going to style this for the holiday. Now here it is, where I have some little mints in there, and I think it's cute as a little candy dish to hold some mints. I absolutely love this cute little piece. But I also wanted to show you the reason I created it is to hold one of my LED candles, and I think this is so cute. I absolutely love this. I don't believe I've seen this ornament in the Dollar Tree before. It looks familiar, but I'm not sure, but I grabbed it because it's definitely cute. And what I'm going to be doing is pairing this up with one of these boxes here from the Dollar Tree. I have been looking for these boxes. My Dollar Tree haven't been selling them, so I was so glad I found them because I love to decorate these to give away gifts. And so I'm just going in with that crimson color paint, and I'm going to paint over the top and the bottom. Now I'm not going to paint the whole top because it will be covering it up, but I am going to paint the bottom piece. I'm not painting the inside, I'm just going to paint around it. I'm going to remove that sticker from the bottom and paint that as well. Now I'm just cutting the cord off of that ornament, and then what I'm going to do is take it and glue it to the lid. It fits perfect. I love these for giving away gifts. I think this is just a cute little decorative box to put a gift in. Now I am going to add a few more of those berries to this, and then that'll be it. Now here's a candle from the Dollar Tree, and this is a cute way to gift this candle for the holiday season, and everything just looks really cute. I absolutely love this cute little box. Now I was so happy to find this. I've never seen these candy cane and this gingerbread ornament set from my Dollar Tree. I thought this was so adorable. So what I'm going to do is just cut these off of the pack. And when I pull these off of the pack, I was so shocked. They actually feel like real cookies. Now they do have the little metal piece at the top where you add your jute cord in there so you can hang them, but I just pulled that out. I'm going to pair with this cute little house that I got out of the crafter sections of the Dollar Tree, and some of those transfer stickers. I cut out the word joy, and then I have a little garland stem, and I did get a pack of garland stems for 50% off at Hobby Lobby, and I'm just rolling it into a little small wreath form. And then what I'm going to do is transfer over the little word joy just by placing the sticker, and I'm just going to rub over it. until it transfers over. And then what I'm going to do is just take the little wreath that I rolled, and I'm just going to place that right over the joy. And then all I'm going to do is attach my two little ornaments in the inside, and I am going to use some hot glue for that. And I think this is just so simple and cute, and you can style this like on your little coffee bar. Just a little simple cute way to style these cute little ornaments. So I am going to style another one of these boxes. These are not new. They are just so hard to stay in stock at my Dollar Tree. And I'm going to be using some of that wood that I will be giving away. And I wanted to show you that the regular price is $6.99. And right now, Hobby Lobby does have it for 50% off. So this is the time to buy it. Why? It's so much cheaper. And so all I'm doing is attaching it around this little box, and what I wanted to create was just a little box where I can add some candies. Now as you can see, I got to a part where it's a little too big, and all I'm going to do is cut that slice off, and all I have to do is look on that roll for a smaller piece, and then I'm just going to cut that piece off and attach it, and it fits perfect. And that's why I like working with this. It's so easy, but it makes your projects just look so high end. Now I think this would be a great idea to add some candies in here, and then use some of that gift basket plastic and cover this up, put a cute little bow. And I think this is a cute, nice little high-end gift to give someone, because they can use that little box for anything else after they finish with their candies. But I think this is just so cute. Now these particular ones are new to my Dollar Tree. The Dollar Tree do be putting out these little tassel beads for different seasons. I haven't seen these particular ones before, and I think these are just cute to style as is. And I did find this cute little jar here from the Dollar Tree for the Christmas season, and I think this is really cute. I don't like the little gold tree in the inside, so I'm just going to remove it. And from Hobby Lobby, off that pick I have, I just pulled off a little stem, and I'm just going to replace it with that. And that's going to be it. I think it's just cute to style this little beaded garland right around the neck part of the jar. And you can style this with some other decor, and it looks perfect as is. These three ornaments, first what I'm going to do with these two mini wreaths is remove the embellishment on these, but I am definitely going to keep these little pieces to use. And then what I'm going to do is just remove the little embellishment on the hat of that snowman ornament. All I am going to be doing with these three ornaments is attaching them together to create a little hanging snowman. I did keep the little hanging piece on the top of the snowman head because that's how I'm going to hang it on the doorknob. And I'm just using hot glue to attach these three ornaments together. Now I'm going to be using some of those pieces that I pulled off to create a little bow for my snowman. I didn't want to add anything else to the hat. I want to just keep this really simple and cute. This is just going to be like a little doorknob hanger for one of the doors around my home for the holidays. It's simple, but I think it is so cute.
So the Dollar Tree do have these 14-inch wreath rings, and I'm going to be creating a really simple wreath. Wreaths are one of the things that are truly expensive, and so I love to create my own. Now I'm going to be using these little duster mop heads, and these are from the Dollar Tree. I had a few of these from last season when things were still $1. And what I'm going to do is just fold this around part of this wreath ring. I'm not going to cut this or anything. I'm just going to line it up as if I'm just folding it right over, and then I'm going to add some hot glue to one end and just attach it just like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 2 of these, but I'm going to cut the other one down. I only wanted a certain amount of this wreath covered. So as you can see, I'm just folding it and tacking it down together with some hot glue. And I'm going to repeat that step with the other dust mop head, and I'm just folding it. I'm going to add some glue, and then I'm going to cut off the excess part that I'm not going to be using. Is adding my garland. This is the garland from the Dollar Tree, and this is a 4 row. I haven't used any off of this row yet, and so what I'm going to do is just wrap this entire row of garland around this wreath. I ended up using 2 rows, so I'm going to show you how it looked with 1 row, and now what I'm going to do is start adding my second one, and I just used the whole row, so I did overlap some and just kind of pushed the garland together so that I can fill in both of these rows. Once that is complete, the Dollar Tree put out these cute little snowflake ornaments with the little buffalo check, and what I'm going to do is I have 2 packs, and it's 4 in a pack, and I'm going to be using 6 of them. And what I'm going to do is line them around the bottom part of this wreath, and then I'm going to take some hot glue to attach them. I thought these were so cute, and I really love how this wreath is turning out. It's really simple, but I think it's really cute for the season. Once I get that complete, I use some of that buffalo check ribbon and just created a really simple basic bow. I'm not the best bow maker, but I did what I could do, and this is, if I didn't mention, the buffalo check ribbon from the Dollar Tree. Now what I'm going to do is pull some berries and some little greenery pieces and a pine cone off of some Dollar Tree picks that I have. So I did get this berry pick from the Dollar Tree, and then I have this little wreath pick that I got from the Dollar Tree as well, and I'm just going to pull that pine cone off, and then some of these other little greeneries just to add a little bit of embellishment, and that'll be it for this wreath. I think it came out really cute. And for this DIY, I'm going to be using 3 of these wood planks from the Dollar Tree, but you can use some painter sticks. I had plenty of these from when they first put them out. So what I'm going to do is use some hot glue to attach these 3 pieces together. I'm just going to create a really simple holiday sign, and after I attach them with the hot glue, I do have some painter sticks that I had cut down, and I'm going to take 4 pieces of those and add it to the back using some hot glue just to make sure that my sign is nice and secured. And so after I get everything tacked down, I'm going to be using some black chalk paint to paint this sign. I think this sign will look great if you stained it or use some antique wax, but I'm going in with this black chalk paint. So now that the weather is changing, it's becoming a little chilly, but I love the fall weather. It's not cold, it's just a little chilly, but I absolutely love sweater weather. So what I'm doing now is just taking some jute cord
and I am going to attach it to the back so that I can have the option to hang this sign. And I'm just using this staple gun, and I did pick that staple gun up from Walmart. And I just wanted to get that done so that when I attach my other items to the front, I don't have to worry about being able to add pressure when I apply those staples. Now I do have this 2-pack of this wood family word. It's 2 in that pack from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to lightly whitewash over this with that white chalk paint. And then after I get that complete, I am just going to attach this to the bottom of my sign. Now after I get that complete, I have 4 ornaments from the Dollar Tree, and it's these reindeer heads, and I'm just going to cut this little hanging piece off, and I'm going to add them right above the family word. Now I use 4 because it's 4 in my family, and I thought that was just really cute to have 4 of these reindeer heads. Hot glue to attach those. This is how it turned out. Really simple, really cute. I think this would look cute if you stained it, but I love this piece. Now for this piece, I'm just going to be attaching some pieces together that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. I have these 2 wood signs. One of them, well, both of them say I'll be known for Christmas, but they're both are double-sided, and I'll show you that in a minute. And the other side says gnome, sweet gnome. So what I'm going to do is just hot glue these 2 together with one side of each showing. I don't even know if that made sense what I said, but what I'm doing is making sure that I show each side. So I'm just going to use some hot glue for that. And then the Dollar Tree put out these cute little gnomes on these sticks, and what I'm going to do is just remove the sticks from these, and they just pour right out because that is foam. And then I'm just going to take those and attach them to the top using some hot glue. I'm just making sure that I find the foam piece so that it can be stable and stand up straight. And I'm just going to attach them on each side, leaving a little bit space in the center because I am going to be adding some Christmas greenery to embellish that. And I have this pick here from Walmart, and I am just going to cut off these pieces separately so that I can attach them. And so as I attach them, I'm just going to be bending them a little bit so that they can stand up, and I'll show you what I mean in a second when I do that. So I'm just going to fold the greenery a little bit and just add some hot glue and tack it down. As you can see, I bent it a little bit, add some hot glue and tack that down. And then I'm just going to be adding in a few pieces here and there. And I'm definitely going to add that pine cone. And then in between the 2 sets of gnomes, I'm going to add a really small piece of greenery. And that'll be it. I just thought this was a really fun festive piece to add to a bookshelf for the holiday season. I think it is so cute. And it's just really simple, easy, and budget friendly. Thank you all again so much for tuning in and watching my video. I hope you enjoyed this video just as much as I did. If so, please remember to give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, subscribe to my channel because I would love to have you here. As always, in the comment section below, let me know which one of these DIYs were your favorite. And I just want to say thank you so much again to all of my lovely subscribers. Anyone who watches my video and support my channel, I am truly grateful.